I'm honoured to be here today at this inception meeting and workshop for the Fiji Ridge to Reef project. This is one of several such endeavours that our Fiji First Government has strived to bring to ordinary Fijians to ensure that we have a safe, clean and healthy environment to live in. Ladies and gentlemen, this project, implementing a ridge to reef approach to preserve ecosystem services, sequester carbon, improve climate resilience and sustain livelihoods in Fiji, which is funded by the Global Environment Facility, GEF, marks yet another successful landmark achievement by our government to ensure that our economy is vibrant, resilient and sustainable in years to come. I'm indeed grateful to our partners GEF and UNDP for making Fiji's dream of combining climate change mitigation, combating land degradation, and conservation of biodiversity as an integrated approach all into a single project. This project, which encompasses the concept of ridge to reef, is the first of its kind for Fiji by GEF allocations, and we hope to make this an experience that builds on partnerships, mutual agreements, and cooperation amongst national partners. Ladies and gentlemen, this $7.39 million grant will be used to ensure that our environment is sustainable, healthier, and more resilient in the future. With Fiji being co-sponsor this year of the United Nations Oceans Conference and president of COP23, projects like this elevates Fiji's global profile in terms of tackling problems of climate change, land degradation, and biodiversity loss with innovative solutions and community engagement. In line with our Honourable Prime Minister's drive and passion for the welfare of all Fijians, we will continue on this path of community engagement and consultation. This project will sustain hope in our communities that Fiji First Government is concerned about their food security, about their environment, about their health and hygiene, about their source of livelihood, and about their overall standard of living. We expect to ensure that our domestic water supply and quality is improved with the betterment of water supply infrastructure. Improperly treated wastewater releases, poorly sited toilets, overuse of fertilizer in upstream farm communities that pollute our coastal waters, create disease outbreaks and contaminate sensitive groundwater supplies, all this will be taken care of through this funding. Furthermore, native forests that are threatened by climate change, fire, conversion to agriculture, and most pervasively by invasive species such as the African tulip, which invades abandoned agricultural sites and open, degraded secondary forests, will be properly addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, I must acknowledge the continued support and assistance of UNDP as Fiji's implementing agency for this project. The process of accessing this fund was initiated in 2010 when our government officially approached UNDP. We were encouraged by their technical expertise, previous involvement with GEF projects, and their physical presence here in Fiji to nominate them to undertake the implementation role for our GEF 5 R2R project. In 2011, the three key ministries, namely the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Local Government, Housing and Environment, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that was housing climate change at that time, had a joint consultation meeting to discuss national priorities in climate change, land degradation, and biodiversity conservation. Ladies and gentlemen, what culminated from these discussions and multiple sectorial meetings and consultations further helped identify priority areas for the GEF 5 project. I'm extremely delighted to announce the successful bid by our government to secure this $7.39 million from the Global Environment Facility with the kind assistance of UNDP that made all this possible. This reaffirms our commitment to ensuring that Fijians enjoy a safe and clean environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the selected priority catchments under this project include the Bar River, Tuva River, and Wandina River, Rewa Delta, on Viti Levu, and the Lambasa River, the Vunivir River, and Tunulor District on Vanu Levu. These catchments encompass diverse and geographically dispersed groups with markedly different environments and scales, intensities of land use, degradation, challenges and opportunities, and provides an ideal base for learning biodiversity and conservation, forest carbon stock protection, and increased and integrated natural resource management. This project will lead to the development and implementation of protected area management plans, which will secure and enhance the protection of our people's natural resources through necessary means such as legal, long-term financing, building local community support, awareness, and income-generating opportunities, while reducing pressure on their resources and finding alternatives for potentially damaging or threatening activities. By involving the communities, the project will create economic empowerment, leadership, and ownership in the catchment sites. Ladies and gentlemen, during the project formulation, communities aspired to natural resource conservation and environment sustainability through smokeless stoves, water and sanitation, composting, solar food drying, honey production, mariculture, especially with seaweed and giant clams, and sandalwood planting. All social groups will be assisted with capacity building and training by the project for the implementation of livelihood projects. It also supports inclusive socio-economic development measures, including opportunities to increase the earning capacity of women, avoiding gender discrimination and reducing poverty. Today begins the inception phase of the project, and I'm told that as partners you will be engaged in identifying relevant activities, working out budgets, ensuring management arrangements, and identifying your lead agencies for each area of work within the project. This is such an important task, ladies and gentlemen. It is careful planning and preparing that will matter the most for the successful implementation of this project for many years to come. I trust that with your technical capacity, we will be able to meet the workshop outcomes that will be vital to the success of this project. Please remember that the success of this project is not for our government or our partner agencies. It is for our people, for our children, and for our future generations, who will eventually be the real winners. The vehicle to fight climate change, land degradation, and biodiversity loss is here in this form, in this project here today. So please come on board and support our government and partners' efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for being here, and I wish you the very best in your work ahead. And I leave you with these words. It has been said that we are merely caretakers of this planet that we call home. Let us not be remembered as the generation that took more than we leave behind. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, there is no plan B because there is no planet B. Thank you, and Vinaka.